What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Today I'm going to do two videos for you guys because I wasn't able to get a video out yesterday because I've been super busy. So today we're going to do the first video, which is the reveal of our Madden 20 post-draft roster. And it is officially uploaded. It was actually officially uploaded as of Sunday night. If you did not see my community page post on YouTube, make sure that you guys actually follow my community page on the channel. You can just go over, scroll over a couple tabs, and it's over there, and you can see all the updates and stuff that I post on there. But the most important one recently is that this roster was out and uploaded on Sunday. We have since made some improvements to it, and it is version 1.15, and the roster is officially uploaded now. Now, I'm just going to go over some details of it, some explanation of what the point of it is, and hopefully you guys will leave a like on it, like the roster if you can, or at least go check it out just to see what it's all about. You don't necessarily have to play with it, but if you're a subscriber of mine, at least go check out the roster and just see the work that we've done, and maybe that'll influence you to actually play with it. So first things first, the file name is JRDK Post Draft. Now the reason that is the name of it is because I, Jacob Reid, collaborated with Diamond King, who is DK, for this post-draft roster. So if you look at the description on the right side, it is the Jacob Reid YouTube and Diamond King 5923 collaborative post-draft roster with a new rating system. We have all of rounds 1 through 3 in. In addition, we have a bunch of notable players in there as well from rounds 4 and on. And this is version 1.15, like I said, that has a bunch of face updates and stuff like that, and a bunch of equipment updates. Now, we will be continuing to update this. Currently, Diamond King is working on a lot of equipment updates and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the details of the roster and why this roster is special. So if we back out here and go to the actual Manage Rosters tab, we'll be able to see some of the important details of this roster. So the first thing that is important to note about this roster is it is one of the only rosters out there that combines a post-draft roster that includes a bunch of rookies in addition to a adjusted overall system. So as you guys know, Madden and EA have a really tough time of actually rating players appropriately. They have players rated incorrectly all the time, and in addition to that, they have players rated so highly that it just doesn't work with the experience system, and it makes it super easy to create super OP teams. And if you're looking to play more realistically, then you're going to want to play with a roster like this that has an adjusted overall system. So the only player that's a 99 in this roster is Aaron Donald, because he's the only player in the NFL that has proven year after year after year that he is absolutely unstoppable. And then the ratings drop down from there to the 95s to the 93s, and there's a clear difference between the elite players in the league and the second tier players and then the bottom tier players. So what you'll see with quarterbacks, for example, like I said in my previous video, you'll see a bunch of the elite quarterbacks, guys like Mahomes, Breeze, Wilson, Rodgers. Then you'll see guys that are kind of on the verge of elite at this point in their careers, guys like Lamar Jackson, who's had one really good season, and he can't be considered completely elite yet because he's only done it once. And then you'll see guys that are at the end of their career that are performing really well, but their physical attributes are dropping off, and some of their attributes are dropping off, like Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Kirk Cousins. And then you see the bottom tier of quarterbacks that, you know, they have good seasons, they have bad seasons. These are the guys that have potential to be good but aren't good yet, and you'll see that there's quite a difference between the elite players, the mid-tier players, and then the bottom-tier players. And so that is one of the most important things, is that the rating system is different. It is our own unique take on something that franchise guy does. So he does something similar where he reduces all the ratings in the game. We came up with our own rating system, and so at least go ahead and check out the roster for that aspect of it. But then the other thing that we want to talk about is the faces and the detail that we put into the roster. So the difference with our roster is that the rounds 1 through 3 that we put in are super quality players. It's not like the other rosters that you'll see out there that, you know, people upload all 7 rounds of players and none of them look like the actual players, and then on top of that, none of them have the actual equipment, their ratings are all jacked up, and stuff like that. So the players aren't realistic at all. You end up having to fix it yourself anyway. The difference with our roster is Number one, all of the players from round 1 through 3, or I think almost all of them, are going to say rookie by their name, by the experience, because that's what they are. They're rookies. They should have that R up there. They shouldn't have any experience in the league. So that's number one. Number two, we put a lot of time in trying to get the best faces that we could to match the players. What you'll see on a lot of these rosters is players like Joe Burrow, the top pick in the draft, look nothing like the actual player, and it just drives me insane. It drives us crazy, and so we strive for a little bit more accuracy with what the player looks like. There are faces in this game that look just like some of these players. Like this face for Joe Burrow is as close as you can get, and for some reason, those other rosters don't take the time to put in those faces and make players look accurate. Now, the other thing is, for a lot of the rookies for other rosters, they won't have faces at all because, excuse me, what they do for other rosters is they take existing players and then they edit them to be the rookies. And what happens is there are players that are in the game that are rookies that don't have faces. They have a blank picture here. So what we did for all the rookies that we put into the game, every single one of the rookies that is in the game has a face. You know, I could go all the way down here to the bottom end of the rookies. You know, guys like Jake Fromm. I could go down to Anthony Gordon. Who else? There's a bunch more. Steven Montez, Nate Stanley. I can go through all these different rookies. They're all going to have a face. They're all going to have a face. We're going to try to get all the accurate numbers in as they start to pour in over the next few days. We're going to try to get the accurate equipment in. So essentially what I'm saying here is that this is a quality roster over a quantity roster. The thing that you have to understand is those first 3 rounds are the only players that are really going to matter anyway. Yes, some of those late round players are going to make it in the NFL, and they might turn out to be stars, but you're not going to get that in the roster, and it's going to take multiple years for those guys to emerge as late round players that end up being NFL stars. So the thing that you have to really understand is if you're downloading a roster like this, you're really only playing it to play a year or two because, you know, we're so close to the next Madden game anyway. You know, we're just a summer away that, you know, realistically speaking, the top end picks, the top rounds 1 through 3 are the ones that really matter. Anything beyond that isn't quite as important. Now, what I will say is that we've added in a significant amount of, and we will continue to add in as much as we can, the rookie prospects that are notable, as I would call them. So, like if we go to the Dolphins, someone pointed out to me Malcolm Perry, who played for Navy, who is kind of a quarterback, halfback, wide receiver type of player that can play multiple different positions. Really athletic, kind of a notable name. So we put in some guys like that. You know, not every team is going to have all 7 of their picks, but what we're doing is we're trying to put in as many as possible and focusing on quality over quantity. So all that I ask for you guys is that you at least go and check out the roster. If you like the work that we did, if you want us to continue doing more work, please leave a like on the roster, leave a like on this video, comment down below, let us know what you guys want us to put into the roster. Like I said, we want it to be quality. We're not just trying to go and take other players from the game, take them out of the game and put in additional rookies. Like, I'm not going to go and edit Samaje Perine to be, you know, a rookie in the game because he is a significant player, though he's not very good and he has a couple years of experience in the league. It doesn't make sense for us to take some players like this and edit them to be the rookies that aren't even going to play in the NFL. So that's the kind of the aspect that we came by it from. Like I said, keep in mind that this is a combination of having the rookies and having an updated overall system to try and make your franchises more fun, more realistic, harder to build super teams, and more challenging. So if this is something that you're looking forward to, please leave a like on the video, go download it, go rate the roster, comment down below with what you guys would like to see added to the roster, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and one last note, I apologize, it is only on PlayStation. I wish that I could get it on Xbox for you, but I actually don't know anybody that does this type of work on Xbox. There are very few people in the community that I trust to do this type of work because, like I said, people that upload rosters elsewhere from this, they don't put in the time and the effort. They just try to put in all the prospects, they try and put in the quantity, and they don't want to put in the time to make it a quality roster. So that's the difference. So hopefully you guys like it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.